actually. Let me start from the beginning. They're all foreign films, strangely enough, because I think foreign filmmakers are really interesting and they make really beautiful films. The first one is Jean de Florette, which is the most beautiful movie with the most beautiful soundtrack. And it's basically about a man's quest for perfection in the wild of France, up in the hot hills, and how he kind of strives to have this life of perfection but fails and fails, and the relationships that he builds up along the way, and it's absolutely stunning, really good. I also read the book, and beautiful, beautiful movie. The second one, The Unbearable Lightness of Being, again, really, really powerful movie. It's about relationships and how relationships can become twisted and surreal and complicated. And it's just a movie that's really honest, and it's just stayed with me throughout my whole life. Another book that I read, actually. The final one is Festum, which is incredible. It's about, you know, these things when you go to family weddings or family birthdays or big celebrations and you think, oh my god, something awful is going to happen, and often it is, and it's incredible. It's a Danish producer, Lars von Trier, and there's this moment where the family are all there in this huge manor house, and one of them stands up and says something absolutely dreadful, and there's that moment, and it's all subtitled, and the whole family just go, oh my god, he's really said it, and then all these family secrets come out, and it's just absolutely horrendous, but really, really stunning, because it's kind of about reality, and I think that's what I like. All the films I've talked about are kind of very real, and you can relate to them, and also I saw Festum as a stage play, I think it was in Birmingham, and it was absolutely brilliant, and it just stayed with me. That's my three. Thank you.
Number one film that resonates for me, predictably of people of my age group, is Star Wars, because it's the first film I ever saw at the cinema, and as a tiny little kid, and I got took to this cinema, and it was this big place with loads of seats and a huge screen, and I'd never been in one of these places before. My mum took me, and it was Star Wars, and the opening credits rolled, and it's like this little rebel cruiser grows across the screen, and there's like lasers, which is exciting. And the next thing is a huge Star Destroyer just rumbles across the screen, and it's like, oh my god, this is the most mental thing I've ever seen. And that's totally stuck with me ever since. I love the original Star Wars trilogy for that. And then another film is the films of Lars von Trier, of which I actually quite like because he's mental, but he's also produced the most depressing film I've ever seen, which is Melancholia, which is basically him thrusting his depression upon the world and everyone who cares to watch his film. It is horrible, and I've never walked out of the cinema feeling so cold and utterly horrid before. It is just the most vile thing ever. Never watch this film unless you're in a really happy place, otherwise you probably end up sitting your own miss when you get home. Film number three I've not thought about yet, so I'm going to pick something off the top of my head that I've seen that is cool. You might have to give me a moment here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Indiana Jones, because it's a great Spielberg, like the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark, great Spielberg movie, loads of action. Harrison Ford is amazing and charismatic, awesome plot line, loads of action. Anyone of any age will love that film, amazing. That's one to watch.